Today we will discuss another topic, that is freshwater ecosystem. In Unit 1, we have a brief introduction of aquatic biomes. It is over. Another one is the freshwater ecosystems. In freshwater ecosystem, we already just completed yesterday classes, that is pond ecosystem. And next one is follows us, that is lake ecosystem, wetland ecosystems, estuaries and streams, and next one is this intertidal ecosystems. Isn't it, ma'am? Right. Here you people have an idea about that. What is a stagnant water bodies known called as, and what is the flowing waters bodies are called as? Right, ma'am? Lentic and lotic ecosystems. Right. Here the freshwater ecosystem is mainly categorized into two types, that is lentic and lotic ecosystems. Freshwater ecosystem is again classified into two types, that is lentic ecosystem is the first one, and second one is lotic ecosystem. Lotic ecosystem, right, ma'am? Here lentic means where the water is stagnant or they can't show any outflow floatings, outlet movements. Can't show any outlet movements in the water bodies. Those are regarded as lentic ecosystems. Example: pond water, pond and ecosystem. And next one is your lake also be considered as a lentic ecosystem, right, ma'am? And next here, lotic ecosystem. Here the water bodies always have inlet and outlet. Inlet and outlet comes where the rain is falls. The water, running water is comes and fills the rivers, and the rivers are having a current movements of are flowing, right? And the rivers, right? We give a best example of lotic ecosystem: river, streams, right, ma'am? These two are the best example of lotic ecosystem, and these two are the best example of lentic ecosystem. If you have an idea about this, is it clear? Right? Yes. These are the water flow, or water currents. Currents of water occurs throughout their life. Here, a simple difference is there, both lentic and lotic. These ponds are made by the rainy seasons or the man-made, right? I am asked to make a fish pond, okay? This fish pond is made by the human being, and the season is over. I leave it at the pond. The pond is slowly filled with the rainwater, and this rainwater is drained and come into slowly filled with the pond. That's like the ponds are origin. And where the lakes, these lakes are also made with the mans, and some are naturally formed in the earth. For example, Iceland made up of the Baikal Lake, and in Jammu and Kashmir there has a great lakes, and Himalayan lake is also be there. Okay, our eastern India side we see is such a beautiful lakes is there. Okay, right. This is a pond and lake. Last class we have already completed the pond ecosystem. In the pond ecosystem, we are observing each and every ecosystem. We are observing the producers, right now, producers, consumers, primary, secondary and tertiary. Producers, consumers, these consumers are called herbivores, carnivores and tertiary carnivores. Like, and here the decomposers. This is the main ecosystem. And where we are observed in last class, that is the pond ecosystem. This show this only the inlet of water is present. just inside water is flows, but there is no outgoing of water. Outgoing of water is not present in the pond. Here the sunlight is penetrated up to this region. Okay ma, this region is known as limnatic zone, and here the littoral zone, and here propundal zone, where this is filled with these decomposers. This is the benthic zone. Right? Is it clear? Next, lake ecosystem. This lake ecosystem is also resembles the ocean like zones are present in the lake ecosystems. Those are same zones are present here. Just like the ocean has a zone regions, as it is manner, this pond and lake is also have. But here lake sometimes is completely depend upon the seasonal. Okay, when the seasons are in a drafting manner, the lake's water is evaporated and density and turbidity will be increases, and slowly they are completely dry. Okay, to avoiding of these, nowadays we are making so many reservoirs and small dams constructions on the water resources, that is the river. And here the study of freshwater bodies or study of water which are live in the aquatic organisms, it is known as limnology. Study of water, especially study of these freshwater bodies and their life, and their life is known as limnology. Right now, limnology. Here the lake ecosystem is also consists the 4 zones. Sometimes we only write the 3 zones. Okay? Why? Because we write the 3 zones where the lake is large, then their depth is very small. Depth means here this is the small, and here the depth is large. Isn't it? In this depth they can't penetrate the sunlight up to this region, and here the sunlight is penetrated up to this region. That's why we don't mention the other zone. Yes. Lake ecosystem. In this lake, okay, lakes are mostly found or formed as by the water resources. When rain is falls, the running water is come and join with these lakes. At the lakes, sometimes the heavy water is flowed on the constructions of the dams. Okay, simply mattadi paduta. ఏమంటాం మనం చిన్న చిన్న చెరువులలో నీళ్ళు వర్షాకాలం ఎక్కువైనప్పుడు ఇలా పొర్లిపోతూ ఉంటాయి, దాన్ని మత్తడి పడడం అంటాం. అలాగే ఇక్కడ ద హెవీ వాల్యూమ్ ఆఫ్ ద వాటర్స్ flow outside of the lakes. Okay, lakes. For example, I'm simply drawing here that the lake here. Inlet, outlet. Inlet water and outlet water. Here the sun. Okay. Here the regions which are have nearer to the land or soil, these are have a slope, short slope, right ma'am? Short slope and have a various flora. Some are shrubs and plants is there. This region up to this region were mentioned, that is littoral zone. This is the first I am indicating here, littoral zone. And where this littoral zone, that the sunlight is penetrated up to bottom. flow. That's why it can useful to the organism to synthesis their own food by this process. Photosynthesis process is occurs, and where the green algae, blue-green algae, and hypa and Cara plant is there, Azolla, Nostoc, Vallisneria, Volvax, so and so organisms are live in the area. Right, and these are mostly found the first place of ecosystem producers. These producers can release in the oxygen. This oxygen is slowly entered into the water, and this oxygen is useful by the aquatic organisms. Right, ma'am? And next one here, which part is mostly exposed to the sunlight? The open area. What is it? Open area. This open area up to this region, the sunlight is penetrate, and just write here HNU photons. Okay, this sunlight up to this region reach out. Here some floating plants, phytoplanktons, and some floating plants, and next here some other zooplanktons and microorganisms, and some fishes, small fishes are present in this area. Right now, that's why this region is simply regarded or known as about limnatic zone. This is the two. And where the sunlight is not enter into this region, or a poor sunlight is present, this region is known as propundal zone. In this propundal zone, completely carnivorous type organisms are lives. Carnivorous organisms. Right, for example, large fishes which are eaten by the small fishes, and here the larva. The larva is frogs larva, tadpole larva, and some zooplanktons, Nauplius, Daphnia, so and so zooplankton appears in this region. But in this region, a large size of fishes which are completely depend upon the other fishes or other animals. Okay, this is a propundal zone. Here these producers, and next here the herbivorous, and slowly we are coming out of this carnivorous, and last one which is the decaying parts of these all organisms are slowly entered and come into reaches the bottom of the lake. Okay, this is known as benthic region. Here the sediments is forms. Okay, ma'am, sediment is forms. Benthic, complete dark zone. Benthic zone is nothing but dark zone. Here the some in oceanic regions we are observing in benthic region also some adaptations. Okay, the animals are adapted to that region also. But here in the lake system we are just find out only the some which what we say here decomposers, bacteria, fungi and some catfishes and some rare species are present in this region. Isn't it okay? This is a simple zone. This zone is mentioned here, third one, and this is the fourth zone. Okay, ma'am. In the lake ecosystem, we are observing these 3 or 4 zones. That the first one is littoral zone, which is closely appears or closely related to the shore or the soil or land, and it is having a spacious and variety of the flora and fauna. And next one, this here the sunlight is penetrated up to the bottom of the regions. And next zone is limnatic zone, which is the far away from the land, and it is the most of the area, open area, which is exposed to sun, and and the sunlight is penetrated to up to this region. This region is known as limnatic zone. In the limnatic zone, the floating plants is there and phytoplanktons are also be present. Here, the completely herbivorous animals are we are observing, especially those are zooplankton, some larvae of the tadpole larvae, larvae of frog, right? And microorganisms, nectons, benthos, right now, nectons are present here, benthos, this region. Okay, prefrontal zone. Here, little or small of light is present. Here, the large fishes are live, and these fishes are completely depend upon the another small fishes, carnivorous fishes, right now. And next last one is the benthic zone, where the dead bodies of the phytoplanktons, the sharks and whatever arranged the marginal regions of the lake, those are all fall inside of the lake. These are reaches to the bottom, and here the bottom gigolos or the some organisms is there. Those are act as a scavengers. Those are right now bacteria, fungi. Okay, this is decomposing of the decayed matters, and the nitrogen. Nitrogen is slowly entering into the releasing of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. These are slowly entering into the atmospheric region. This is simple about the lake ecosystem. And next one, that is wetland ecosystem. Is it clear, ma? Next one is wetland ecosystem. How the wetlands are formed? Okay, wetlands are formed where the water is flows, runoff, and some they are very nearer to these lakes and very nearer to the rivers, oceans, marine water bodies, whatever it may be. Okay, water resource, they are formed nearby the water resources, or if the water is running off and form at the region. Okay, that's why these wetlands are formed. Wetlands are the areas that are wet for a significant period of time. These are areas, a particular areas. These are significant of a period of time. Okay, for example, these wetlands are appears only in rainy season and winter season. When the heavy summer season is starts in our climatic condition, in our what we say longitudes and altitudes of the earth planet, okay, they can't present, they disappears. But where the climatic conditions shows always in low temperature, the wetlands are live a continuing their period of time. That's why these wetlands are areas which are show on a significant periodic time. Is it clear? And next one is wetlands are rich. Wetlands are rich and unique ecosystems with many species that are regularly they are formed in water forms. Right now, water and shallow. Water stagnations. Right, and here shallow. For example, here a large plant is there. There is small digging is there. Okay, the water is run off and stay here. Stay here. Right now, this is the water. Come and stay here. How we feel up to 1 or 2 days, the area is totally wet. Area is totally wet. Such a type here large wetlands are formed. For example, mangroves like plants are growing in that area. Specialized plants are only grow in that areas. These wetland ecosystem shows a great biodiversity. As mostly some endangered species are live in that areas only. Is it clear, ma? Wetlands are areas they shows in a significant period of time. How do they form? They form in the water stagnations or water standing in an area in a particular time. Okay, these some habituated animals only live in that area. Most of the some endangered species are live in that area. Wetlands ecosystem shows a great biological diversity. People must remember these 3 points. Wetlands are also shown a great biological diversity, and these wetland ecosystems can also be fragile ecosystems that are sensitive to the amount and the quality of the weather. Okay, the water present in this thermo. Right, ma? Here what the food web. Okay, how the ecosystem. Here we can't see the type, such a type of zones. Just we are having the ecosystem where the producers and where is the herbivores and where is the what the carnivorous animals are present in the wetland areas. For example, here they some cat-tail plants. Okay, these are some complete wetland area. In that wetland area, which type of plants are grown? A cat-tail, very stylish plant. This cat-tail plants is grown. Cat-tail plants, and here some animals. Those animals, blue heron birds. Blue heron birds are picked up in these wetlands. Some other small snails and earthworms and some snails. Right now, blue heron bird, and the muskrat. Another one is muskrat. This muskrat lives in the wetland. It is feed on the cat-tail plants, where plants have some grain leaves. These grains are one of the most important food for this muskrat. This muskrat is food of this blue heron. Blue heron eat this muskrat. Right. Okay. Simply our chain. These are the producers and the primary consumers, and this is the secondary consumer. This is the simple food chain in wetland ecosystem, and some are other muskrat and some frog and bullhead fishes is also present in this mud. Bullhead fishes and frogs. You just imagine now, students, the way how the mud is formed, the wetlands, wetlands. In the wetland, different type of organisms, especially which are adapted to the type of climatic conditions, they can only survive in the area, isn't it? Right. And next one here, in the wetlands, okay, wetlands, this type of food chain is present. Food web or food chain. Blue heron birds, muskrats, bluehead fishes, some frogs, and cat-tail plants, snails, crabs, and another one is crabs, and catfish, some very different type of fishes. Okay. In the some northern areas, we are observing the fishes, eel fishes. They are digging a small holes in the mud area. Okay, we are using different weapons to catch out the fishes, right? And next, another ecosystem that is the what we right. Let me see. Yes. Freshwater ecosystem, in that lake ecosystem, pond ecosystem, wetland ecosystem is over. Then next, estuarine ecosystem. Another one is estuarine ecosystem. Estuarine. What is meant by estuarine? Estuarine is nothing but where the flowing river is open into. Here the river, okay, this river open into ocean. Ocean, this is river. This is ocean, this is river. Here the area, this area is known as estuarine, merging. Okay, this area, this particular area is known as estuarine. Right? This is a river, this is a ocean. Both are water bodies. Rivers are comes and open into or come and merged into ocean water. This particular area is where it is open into the oceans. Those particular areas are known as estuary. Estuary, right? This estuary here, rivers has a less salinity water. Salinity is low, right, ma'am? The water is having a less salinity water. And here oceans have a high density. Heavy salinity water is present in ocean. Heavy salinity is present in the ocean water. Here this estuary shows a different, and the organisms are also habituated to that type of environment conditions. Here fresh water, the rivers are come and slowly merge into the large oceans. This ocean water has a high density, high salinity, and their water temperature will be different from this and this. Okay, that's why the particular area will expose to different type of animals. For example, here salmon fishes is there. They are shows the anadromous, and some fishes are shows catadromous migrations. What is anadromous and catadromous migrations? Here some fishes are when have their breeding seasons, they leave the rivers and enter into the ocean, salt waters. Okay, and some fishes are come to the freshwater bodies and completing their breeding season, and they can leave to and go to the same regions. This is known as what should we say? The migrations. Okay, migrations of fishes, anadromous and catadromous migrations. That's why here the organism, such type of organisms are shows their migrations. But here in the particular changes, always here the climatic will be changes. That's why a special type of species are tolerate to that particular conditions. Here the abiotic factors and biotic factors are completely shows their varieties, shows in the varieties, right now. And in that groups, the physico-chemical environment of estuaries are highly variable in nature, right now. Physico-chemical natures are the abiotic and biotic factors. Abiotic and biotic. Here physico-chemical factors. Physico-chemical factors. Right. What are the physical and what are the chemical? Right. Here light, sunlight, and next one is temperature. The salinity, which means sodiums plus chlorides, the salts, and next one is water, carbon dioxide, and oxygen, and nitrates, and phosphorus. These are all the physico-chemical characteristics of the area. They can always changes. Here the low salinity water slowly enter into this ocean. Here the high salinity water. Both can merges. This is an junctional place. Yeah, the correct word is estuary is a junctional place of river and ocean is known as estuary. Okay, here the salinity changes is occurs in the place. Salinity changes. And next sedimentations, sedimentation formations. Sedimentations form in a high density salt waters. And next, high density of salt water, high pressures, and the water pH will be changes. Water pH will be various from the climatic conditions. Okay, ma? Today we are completed in the freshwater ecosystem, that is pond, lake, wetland, and estuary ecosystem. Thank you, students.